with the whispers of truth, to live a conscious life, to live a conscious life on the growing edge, on the growing edge.
Hi, Ali Benjamin here, broadcasting from the Big Sky Retreat here at the Big Sky Resort in Montana. And I am here together with a group of beings that are here to get spiritually fed, spiritually nourished. People have been coming together for the Big Sky Retreat for 46 years. I think it's the longest running metaphysical retreat, possibly in the world, who knows? And you're here with me because you're watching this. Whether you're here for the first time, welcome, or you're coming back, you've been watching here online or joining us in person as we've been meeting for over 10 years as the Satya Center in Ogden, Utah, and our virtual community that is international for several years now. So welcome. We're all about healing hearts, transforming lives, and inspiring and supporting conscious evolution. So we offer spiritual tools for a tune-up, and today my theme or my talk is togetherness. So let's do a little grounding, a little centering. So if you will, close the outer eyes and tune in, opening the inner eye and connecting with all that is, the one life, the one power, the one presence that is never in absence. It is always right here in this now moment, and you are it. I am it. We're all a part of this one glorious, mysterious thing called life. And so as we settle and we breathe and arrive, relaxing the body, feeling fully connected and grounded and rooted to the earth, and take a moment to ponder all of the gifts that you receive moment by moment throughout your entire life. The gift of life, the constant supply and the bounty of Mother Earth, the opportunity to have relationships, to build friendships and find meaning and purpose in the world through all that you do. There's so much to be grateful for, to be thankful for. And today, as we come together to connect heart to heart, to find a place of peace and mindfulness and prayerfulness, I trust and know that whatever is seeking to be revealed is revealed with crystal clarity, and whatever is seeking to be released and let go of is done so with thanksgiving. And whatever is seeking to be activated, integrated, embodied in your body, your mind, may it do so with grace and ease. Take a breath together, deep inhale. And on the exhale, gently open the eyes and be fully present in the here and now. So glad you're here. I'm Ali Benjamin, and it is my great honor and privilege to serve the Satya community and Growing Edge Live Sunday broadcast, our mobile ministry, Life on a Joyride. And my husband and I, Michael, we're here together with some friends. We've been coming here to Big Sky for over 10 years, and we're here with lifetime friends and brand new friends. There's going to be music and meditation and talks and workshops and hikes and yoga and swimming and soaking in the jacuzzi. We give ourselves this treat every year, this retreat. It's really a renew, a re-entering into the spiritual container that has been going on here for it started in the Tetons in Wyoming, and then moved over here, I think 27 years ago. And the energy, the vibration, the synergy, the intention that was set 46 years ago still continues. So those that have passed on now, mostly, we still have some people here that founded this retreat. So we've got those in their 80s that are here offering their gifts, ministers and inspired teachers and luminaries that we will be in group, in circle, in meditation and contemplation with, in this healing container, richly healing container. And I hope to share with you today some of the downloads that I've been getting just being around this community. And if you ever have a chance to be a part of a spiritual community that feeds you, I highly encourage you to be a part of it as often as you can, and also to serve as much as you can, to bring your light into the community, because that togetherness, that coming together, that honoring, that sense of being seen and seeing others, the sense of belonging is so needed. It's so important to our souls. It's so important to our mind and our body. And so it's a very rich experience. And if you ever have the opportunity to have that, you're very blessed. And if you ever want to know more about this retreat, the Big Sky Retreat, you can go online and find out more about it at bigskyretreat.com, or ask me, and I'd love to chat with you about it. So my theme today is togetherness, and it's really was inspired by being together here with this spiritual community. How important is it in this time of radical change? In this time of we're coming back together, the masks are coming off in some states, they're going back on in others. We're coming together, businesses are up and going, things are starting to shift and change, and we're stepping into some of the things that we used to be doing that we haven't been doing during the pandemic. And so there's an adjustment that occurs when we've gone from being isolated, from being just with family maybe, or with those close friends, to now we're moving back into our workplaces. Now we're gathering, we're going to concerts and events where we're going to be around people. And it was a bit of a shock to my system. I thought that I wanted to be here with a bunch of people. I came a couple of days early, and so I slowly got used to what it's like to make small talk, what it's like to be with people, and it was a bit shocking to my system. So how are you going to prepare yourself to be back in with friends in your workplace or at those events? And I would imagine over the last year and a half, you've had plenty of time to reevaluate what's important to you. What do you want your life to look like moving forward? I'm sure you've come to the awareness that some of the things that you used to do pre-pandemic, pre all of the isolation, some of those things maybe you've given up, you're not so interested in. You've changed. Well, it's not only you. Your family, your friends, your neighbors, your co-workers, they've changed too. So we have a new opportunity to give birth to something. We are giving birth to the new world. And now is the time. Now is the time. We've had plenty of time to find ourselves, to center ourselves, to befriend ourselves, to start practicing radical self-care. I hope you have anyway. And as you start to focus more on what's really meaningful and important to yourself, and as you start to come together in spiritual communities or in your workplaces or at events, you start to realize that you can redesign yourself. You get to be a whole new you if you choose to be. You discard those things that you didn't really appreciate or weren't really in alignment with you anymore, and blossom into a whole new you. Now's the time as we're coming back together. And it's in the togetherness that we truly have this amazing opportunity of growth, of spiritual growth, mature spiritual growth. It's together. We can do the meditation, the deep inner work when we're alone, but it's when we come together with others that we get to try it on. Can we let that light that's within us, that we've been cultivating in the quiet, and as we come together, can we let that light out? Can we find our voice? Can we start speaking from that more awakened place? That part of us that is more clear about who we really are. And I'm sure if you've been doing inner work over the last few months, you've got less patience and tolerance for things that don't fit, for things that don't align with you, with your soul, with your heart, with where you're headed. And so now, as you start to come out in the world, it's a good opportunity to, as you let go of those things, you start stepping out in a whole new way, to really bring that into not only the relationships that you've established, but the new ones, the new friends that will be attracted to you because of your clarity, because of your sense of belonging in the world. I think that's what COVID has taught us, that we're all part of this one giant human family that is interdependent, interrelated, interconnected, and that what one of us does affects many. And so we're coming back together with a greater sense of how important it is that we care for one another. We've developed a greater empathy for each other, a greater compassion for each other, as many of us have been through deep, deep struggle over the last year and a half. There's been many losses, many deaths, many changes, maybe traumas in your life. I know that psychologists are reporting an increase in patients, that there's more illnesses occurring. People have been struggling and suffering, and there's been traumas in families because of it. And so now we're being asked spiritually to step up, to step out in a whole new way as we come back together and really learn the value and the importance of togetherness. We're not alone. We're all in this together. We get to grow up together as we step out and we come together. We get to bring out what we've learned. It's important that your voice is heard. Your insights, your wisdom, your spiritual truths, to share those with your family, with your spiritual circles, and to know that whatever's happened, the traumas, the losses, all of the difficulties, the struggles, all of that, what if all of that was for you in some spiritual way, that without that struggle, without those challenges, you wouldn't have learned what you learned. Michael and I jokingly talk about these struggles, some of the struggles that we've been through. It's like a wire brushing. We've been through wire brushings. It's been difficult. It's been hard. We've had to face our fears. We've had to grow. We've had to stretch. Stretch means start thinking radical evolutionary thoughts that create harmony. So I'm sure you've had to stretch. You've had an opportunity to start thinking radical evolutionary thoughts. You've had to employ your imagination. You've had to vision a new future for yourself. You've had to let go of things that didn't align with that. And so we're in this together. So that's my message for you today. I trust and know that wherever you are, that you have the ability to reach out to others, find a spiritual community or a book club or a hiking group, or maybe you've got young children. Maybe you can join with other parents that are facing some of the challenges that you have with your young ones. Whatever it is, there's something that wants to happen in your life. There's a coming together that needs to occur in order for you to grow, for you to stretch, and for you to become who you're here to be, who you're here to create. So let's close in a little prayer. And if this has been helpful and you'd like to support our mobile ministry, you can go to our Venmo at Satya Center, SATYACENTER, and every donation is deeply appreciated. And thank you for those that have been supporting this ministry. So let's turn within and close the outer eyes and feel a deep sense of connection. Feel Mother Earth, Father Sky, to all our relations, all sentient beings. Feel our interconnectedness, interrelatedness, interdependence, as we bring a sense of peace and joy and power and love and truth and inspiration and wisdom into our lives. We tune in, we lift ourselves up, we hold the high watch for humanity, knowing that there is something wonderful that is wanting to happen here by means of you, by means of us. Something is wanting to come through, something brand new. Call it your gift, call it your light. And so as you take a moment of silence, just listening with that inner ear, what is your higher self wanting to express? Maybe it's a word, maybe it's a feeling, maybe it's an image. There's something that's wanting to be felt or seen or heard or known right now for you, just you. Just allow that in. Allow it to blossom. Allow it to move through you. And if it's not clear yet, it will be. Give it time. Give it time and give it your attention. Your spiritual growth, our spiritual awakening occurs when we give it attention, when we love it into being, when we share ourselves abundantly and generously with the world. Feel that happening now. Things are coming into your heart and your mind. Something's starting to move within you now. A healing is occurring. And this is good and very good. And what happens here happens everywhere. So just feel this light that is building within you. Feel it building and just see it moving throughout the world, throughout the universe, the multiverse, knowing there is only one. Omniscience, omnipotence, omnipresence, and you are it. Namaste, peace and blessings. Mwah. See you next Sunday.